No Nick Foles, but a Super Bowl rematch regardless. It's the coach. This is the NFL 100 Game of the Week on EA Sports. Straight ahead, a rematch from that memorable Super Bowl 52 that brought us the Philly Special and brought these fans their first title ever, as we'll see the New England Patriots take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, this place will be electric this afternoon. And for the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They, too, come in off the bye, so we should have two teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into the swing of things.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Patriots come out led by the 4-time Super Bowl MVP and owner of a record 6 Super Bowl rings. Arguably the greatest to ever play the game, Tom Brady. And we keep asking the same questions every year. How much longer can he keep doing this? Is this the year the dynasty crumbles? And every year, Brady comes out and leads his team to the Super Bowl. They've been there now 3 years in a row, and only one team has made it 4. That's the Buffalo Bills. But remember, they lost all 4 in the early 90s. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go right back to White here on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. These two teams, the Eagles and the Pats, did not meet in the regular season last year, so their last official bout was in Super Bowl 52 in Minneapolis. Everybody remembers that one with the Eagles staking claim to their first ever title. And the Philly Special went down in football history with Nick Foles catching the pass from Trey Burton in the end zone. What a game that was.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was a effective, able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Here's Brady. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. They will be led out by the second overall pick back in 2016. Hard to believe he's already in his 4th season. Carson Wentz.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
To throw, it's Wentz. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
It's complete. James White. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
Wait, that 380. 42. Coming to you, coming to you. Go, Bandit.
To throw is Brady. Now he steps away and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. Flush to his right. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time, but now it's 3rd and goal. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Carson Wentz and the Eagles getting set to take over. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And here are the starters for Philadelphia.
A special player on the offensive line is right tackle Lane Johnson, a 2-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro. And pass rushers come from everywhere now in the NFL, and he holds them in check on his side and loves to finish off guys in the running game.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That second down play nets a -4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now Wentz on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Back deep for New England, Julian Edelman. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 11. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Here's White. They'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Brady looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. New England on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. On third down, a run from White. And he's got the first down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. That throw by Brady incomplete. Edelman was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, They said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Brady deferring to White on the draw. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Brady's throw there complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Let's go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll run for it. This is White. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility is...
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A reminder that coming up later tonight, a good one on Sunday Night Football. We'll see what could have been a playoff matchup a season ago. The Bears and the Rams from L.A. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football from down in Mexico. Mexico City, to be precise. The Chiefs and the Chargers going at it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Wentz. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. This Pats and Eagles matchup is part of the NFL 100 series. These two teams met in Super Bowl 39 and also recently in Super Bowl 52, splitting the pair of matchups. Tom Brady was the constant in both. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And now Edelman. 12 yards on the return that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. 2 touchdown passes there for Jimmy Garoppolo. Lastly, let's check in at our nation's capital. See what's happening with the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Sam Darnold leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Again, it's Howard. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard. His first touchdown on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Go Bandit! Mike 42, Mike 42. You must be dreaming. Check 9, check 9. Watch that. Pack it. Cover.
Throwing now is Brady. He's got White here. And shoving his way inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. With James White, you know that he can catch the football. He was third in the NFL amongst running backs last year with 87 catches. And as we've seen, sometimes they come in bunches. Super Bowl 51, he had 14 grabs, including the winning score. Last year in the divisional round versus the Chargers, 15 receptions for White. On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Brady. And that's complete. It's Watson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Well, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now Brady on the bootleg. He's got Lacoste, his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady, and this is caught. It's Edelman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a 1st down.
You ain't doing nothing today. Recon, 152 fighter.
Brady. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Rodney McLeod that time able to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They'll run with White. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Brady to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
Well, that's the 2nd time they've gotten to Brady, and you've got to do it a variety of ways. You want your regular pressure. Sometimes you have to bring extra. But in this case, they got to him, and that just doesn't happen very often.
It's a rarity. He's just such a veteran. His pocket presence so good. But, hey, tip of the cap to the D. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Let's go.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower able to record his 5th sack of the season. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. Throwing right, and that's complete. He's got the lane, and there he goes. touchdown, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They had that lead that is now gone. It is completely gone. Yeah, how does that affect the psyche? Or am I reading into that too much? They should be okay still?
No, you're not reading into it too much at all. You've got to wonder what the psyche is of a team, because once you build up a lead and things are rolling pretty well, you don't expect it to change. And for it to change this dramatically, and now they're the team doing the chasing, yeah, you want to check out where they are mentally and whether or not they have it in them to come back. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, they're on their heels a bit right now. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. New England on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Brady now to throw. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He was looking for Edelman there.
You're looking there, the defensive back was maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now wins to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Guy in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Flushed out right. Gets it to Gordon. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Tom Brady needing a fourth-quarter comeback here. He's actually only done it 8 times in the last 5 years, but if you break that down further, the Pats in those years rarely losing in the fourth quarter like they are now. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Second tour of duty for Watson with the Patriots. Remember, New England drafted him way back in 2004 out of Northwestern. He retired in the offseason after finishing the campaign with New Orleans, but decided to come back for one more go-around with the Patriots, and they might need him, especially with Rob Gronkowski no longer in uniform. Brady on target to Edelman, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. First down, here's White. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. As a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way. So now Wentz and the Eagles down 20-17, a minute 54 on the clock. Now they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Sproles. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. He'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Delayed give to Sproles. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Back to throw. A dump off to Sproles. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. This is Howard on 2nd down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll run it with Sproles. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially put a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's White. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Wait, that's wide, 80. Check 53. Regular.
What can Brady do now with his drive? Able to get this to Gordon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. White again. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England 1st down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Brady's saying let's go as he'll hustle him to the line. They'll try and run it with White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And he pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good, and that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
Now we're going to get a timeout with 5 seconds left here in overtime. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Number 53, Mike 53.
Throwing his Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime, they have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last quarter, and if no one scores or however, if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But boy, how bad do you feel for him? The opportunity to win it with a field goal at the end, and it doesn't go through the pipes.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more,